backyard was exactly the size that I thought it was. Um, Tofu, thank you for the second month. Um, did not get to go into the house. The backyard was set up. There were big what do you call them? Like backdrops that were set up on every side, and the door was hidden because of that. Um, I later learned that I should have just snuck around them, but that's fine. Um, there was a rap party taking place elsewhere on the lot that the house guests were coming in and out in and out of. Um, but we ended up doing the interviews for so long, they ran so long that the party ended before we had a chance to go on Wednesday night. Um, but I did get to see JC. Great seeing him. He's so nice. Um, I saw Dr. Will. Um, do I have? I saw him like walk in. I didn't expect him to be there, and I saw him come in. I was like, oh my god. And Fox Van Allen. I did his Big Brother podcast early in the season. He was there, and he snapped this photo of me with uh, with Dr. Will. It was it was very cool. I went up to him. I was just like, "Hey, uh, I'm a big fan. I grew up watching you." Um, he turned to his wife. He was like, hey, see, I still got it." Um, it was really cool. We talked about the blockumentary that we did for Big Brother 2, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I heard about that. I heard it was really good." Like, oh, that's awesome. Um, so that was very cool. I did get a picture with him too. Um, it's somewhere. Uh, he is he's an attractive guy. He's also tall. He's taller than I expected him to be. Um, I was really anticipating some really tall people because I knew that Sam is really tall and like Jackson and Jack are really tall, but they weren't as tall as I anticipated, and Doctor Will was taller than I thought he was. But he's probably just around the same height as them. I just didn't realize he was that tall. Um, can I discuss my thoughts on the pre-jury segment? I thought it was great. Um, I talked to Kemi in New York, and she told me like what she was, hoping to say at the finale, and I thought she said it really eloquently, and like I think it was important for the show to give her a voice, given the way that everything was portrayed in the early season and how many people watching the show just saw Kemi as somebody that like deserved what she got. Um, and I think that it was important to show that maybe it wasn't quite so simple and that there were some other factors going on. Um, Obviously, it's a 5 minute segment, and you can only do so much in 5 minutes. But in terms of having a 5 minute segment, I thought it was about as well done as it could be. Um, yeah, Kemi saying that you can't apologize when you don't know what you're apologizing for is great. Yeah, I loved that. She's so good. She's like she just doesn't take any crap, and it's so refreshing. Like you can't just please her with like platitudes, um, and like rightfully so. Like you can't just be like oh blah blah blah. She'll just be like, well, but no, it's it's not. You can't. That doesn't just like I don't know. Sorry, I'm not making sense. Zarezia, thank you for the subscription there. Um, but we interviewed people. It was really cool. The Sis interview was fantastic. Uh, I enjoyed talking to all of them in their own ways. We had so one issue that we had was that um, we had tons of time with Jess and Sis and like the people early on, and that was great. And I loved talking to them, and those were like really fun interviews. Um, but as the next batches of house guests were coming out, like later and later, we were getting told like, hey, we really need to start, you know, getting these done quickly. You got like 5 minutes tops. Like we really need to keep it going because it was taking a really long time. And so there were a few interviews in there where, especially like as time progressed, that that like it kind of got cut short before I felt like I had fully asked all of the things that I wanted to. And then as we got to the later people, especially like it really felt the need to just kind of make the call to like have to leave out certain parts of the interview because we just were so short on time with some of those people. Um, the look on my face when someone said, "Yeah, Kat." I was waiting for Nicole to come out, and we were interviewing Kat. And thank you, CJ, for the cheer there. Um, I was interviewing Kat. She said that Nicole was behind me, and I've seen the little clip now. Um, I looked back and I saw Nicole, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Nicole!" And I like looked back to Kat because I needed to like share this excitement with somebody. And I looked back to Kat. I was like, "Oh, she's not going to appreciate." In fact, this is probably insulting to her that I'm so excited to see Nicole and I'm in the middle of talking to her. So I looked at Kat. I was like, no. I looked at the camera. I was like, ah, because I needed to share it. And I was like, okay. And I looked back to Kat and I was like, dead face again. Like, okay, we're ready. Try not to insult you. um, we were kind of unlucky though because we were just it wasn't it was the order in which people did their interviews was very random, but for a lot of them we just happened to be the last one of the last people they talked to. um, so like for instance, when Rob made the Macbeth comment to Holly, like she had already learned about Beth from Ica, and stuff like that. Like it was kind of unlucky in a lot of ways, um, but it was still a lot of fun. Durwood, thank you for the 3 months. Um, Tommy was really fun. I just I was just in podcast mode, and I just when he said Nick was his right leg, I had to. It was he set me up too perfectly. He was just like, "What do you mean by that?" It's like, "Oh boy." Um, But yeah, Tommy was good. Um, Sis was so much fun. Narbs, thank you. I have a cat sitter. Christy was great. Um, so the Sis interview has been sort of like making the rounds because it was really good. I knew I wanted to ask her about adjectives, and she did not fail to deliver there.